welcome back to Urban Sprawl Modded. I have been doing a lot of work in the iron factory, and I'm guessing you could probably hear I have a steam engine up and running, and it's very exciting because it means we can start putting in a big factory to make all sorts of different materials, including the clay bricks that I'm needing for the bakery. So here it is so far. So yes, a lot of time's been put into it. Oh, look at the cats. I might need to get a cat wrangler in to deal with the cats. But we've got a lava source, we've got a water source in there somewhere. There it is. We've got a steam engine with the blazers and the mechanical arm putting in buckets of lava. As the blazers cool down, the mechanical arm... Oh dear, I just heard a cat die in a cauldron of lava. That's not good. There's the steam engine, and we've got the big mechanical crafter. That was one of the first things I wanted. So I had to put this all together first in order to get that, to make the grinding wheels. We've got a stone making machine. So we're going to have gravel, and this one's going to be cobblestone. I've got it turned off at the moment because it filled up the barrels very quickly. This shaft here will connect that to power it. So I've just got it sitting there idle at the moment because we need to put in all the other machinery. So yeah, a bit of an upgrade in here as well. I've moved this wall back. I've put glowstone around the edge to light it up. I've had to modify the down chute from the tree farm with shoots that are coming down on an angle. I think that looks very factory-like, so I don't mind that. I'm just hoping it's not going to get in the way of the other machines and things that we put down here. Over in this little corner, I've moved these machines back and swapped them over, but now we just need to power them. And this big arm was originally powering them. I don't think I'll need this anymore. I'll leave that there just in case, but these need to be powered. So I've got a little hole down here that we're going to connect to everything. So underneath is another big ugly mess. So we've got the water wheel. That shaft's going down underneath, and it's going through a rotational speed controller to speed it up. So it's going a bit faster because the pumps for the steam engine need to be going pretty fast to be sourcing all the water and the lava, and the mechanical arm also needs a bit of a higher speed to be working properly. So we've got the rotational speed controller there speeding everything up. That's the bottom of the lava cauldrons. And what we're going to do now is bring a shaft down this tunnel and up to power those machines there. Oh, and I've also dug out underneath and I've put a big bolt in. That's holding all the iron. So I've got the iron going along the conveyor belts feeding into this, and I need to put a readout board on it so I can see just how much iron is in there. But I thought that's a better way to do it than having lots and lots of compactor chests or compactor drawers in my storage system. So I can come along and take out all the poppies, and if I do need any more iron, I can just take some out from there. but my inventory's full. Okay, so now we're going to bring that shaft through. So I was originally thinking of having it come off of this shaft, but that's moving a bit too slow. So we're going to bring it off of this one. And then we want one of these. And we need to rotate that. And then we can go back upstairs and bring the shaft up and connect it to the machine. And we'll just get another one of these and spin it around. So that must be going too fast. So I do need to change it to the other shaft, the one that was going a bit slower. Okay, let's try connecting that up and see if that works. Let's give it a try. No. That's not fast enough. I want it to go faster than that. I had it coming off of this one earlier and it worked really well. I want it to be moving faster than that. And I did have it moving faster than that. This shaft is moving too slow. I could always bring those machines over here. That's an idea as well, because they're only little machines. I could bring them over here. That sounds like a nice idea. I just need to move all this stuff. Okay, I'm just going to dismantle this and we'll move it over towards the steam engine. There we go. So we've got the little machine moved over here. And I'm really hoping it's not going to get in the way of other things. I think the mechanical arm is still operational. It can still access what it needs to. Now we just need to connect this up to a power source. That's better. That looks like a nicer speed. Yes. Now we just need to connect the mixer up. And I reckon we've got some cogs here that might be able to be connected. It's going a bit slower than I'd like. No, I'd like that going a bit faster than that. Cog. Ah, much nicer. There we go. So we've got our 3 machines relocated and powered up. And I will be covering that shaft over with andesite casing, so it'll look a bit nicer. Now I just need to put the rest of the machine in. From the gravel machine, we're going to have the gravel coming through the 2 big grinding wheels, and then that's going to be giving us sand. We're going to have sand going through some machines that will transform it into other materials. And then we're going to have those materials going through more machines and combining them with some more mechanical arms to make andesite and diorite and all sorts of things. And we'll have the clay from the sand go through a cooker to turn it into the bricks that we need for the bakery. I'm just going to get the rest of the machine put in. This is what I've got set up so far. And I haven't got it turned on yet. I think we'll do that shortly, just so we can see if the conveyor belts and all the machines are going in the right direction, because there's nothing worse than having the fans going the wrong way. So let's have a look. Okay, so the mill is going to be grinding the cobblestone and sending out sand. Sand's going to go through the grinding stones, the crushing stones, and send out sand. Sand is going to come through these 3 brass tunnels, and that's going to divide it up. So we're going to have sand come through here. We're going to have sand and any clay come through the middle one. And any flint that comes out of the crushing process is just going to go into a barrel just for storage. And if that gets full, we'll do something with it. Actually, you can trade it, so that will be good. This one with the list filter on it is going to have clay balls and sand, and that's going to be blasted with the fan pushing air through the lava and turning the clay balls into clay bricks and the sand into glass. And then this one's got a soul sand campfire, so the fan's going to be blasting soul sand campfire fumes onto the sand, turning into soul sand. Over here, we're going to have the soul sand come out, and it's going to be washed and turned into quartz. So the quartz is going to come along here. We're going to have another one of those mechanical arms, or maybe two of them, putting the quartz and cobblestone together to make diorite. So I'm going to have to bring some cobblestone from this machine around the back here and have it sitting here so the mechanical arm can pick it up. So we'll have diorite, and that's going to come along and be combined with cobblestone again to make andesite, because andesite alloy, I mean, yes, you can mine andesite, but it's a bit of a pain, and because we can make it and have it automated, why not? You can make it on the crafting table yourself. You just put I type in andesite. You can make it yourself with diorite and cobblestone. Can have it mixed in the mixer, and you can do that stamping, but I'm pretty sure you can also make it on one of the mechanical crafters. So you have a smaller version of that over here. So we'll have that being made. So andesite will be produced, and then you put andesite with iron nuggets to get andesite alloy, which is one of the many things that we're going to be getting out of this machine. So this is it so far. I am very tempted to turn it on and just double check. I'm pretty sure I've got all the conveyor belts connected in as small a space as possible. So let's try it. So we just put that there. Now these are going the wrong way. So rather than having the conveyor belt here, I'm going to have two more gearboxes, I think. I don't actually think that's going to make much difference. Oh, the other grinding stone's not going. Okay, so let's turn it off. Oh, I forgot you've got to power both, but that's not a problem. We just need to have a shaft coming through the conveyor belt into another gearbox, which we need to make. Actually, let's get the shaft through first, and the gearbox. Hopefully I've got that facing the right way, and then we can, that's facing the right way, I reckon. Let's try this now. That's better. So far it's working. I did have to swap a few things around. I had to put the soul sand campfire over on the far side because having the flint filter on that side, I don't think it was letting any sand through. So it seems to be working now. I did have to rejig some gearboxes, and it probably does look a little bit overdone, but I had to do that in order to have both fans pushing down rather than pulling or drawing air up. So it's working. I've got gravel being crushed into sand, then it's being filtered out, and I have got flint, brick and glass, and soul sand, which is excellent. It is going to take quite some time to get enough bricks to turn into brick blocks, but that's okay. So now we can start adding the next section of the machine on. The next section of our big machine has just been added. It is only a small section, but this area makes quartz out of the soul sand. So we've got the soul sand coming out, it's being washed, and we're getting quartz out of it, which is nice. It means we don't have to go mining in the nether for it. So, and I've just added the conveyor belt ending in a depot for the next section, which is going to involve the mechanical crafter and some more of the mechanical arms, which I've just made ready for what we're about to do. So far, so good. We have andesite being made, which is always good to have because it saves you going and mining it, and it can be used to make andesite alloys, which is what the Create mod utilizes quite a lot of. So let me show you. So now we have the quartz coming along the conveyor belt, and I have two mechanical arms putting together the blocks into a mechanical crafter, creating the diorite. And then this little mechanical arm is taking cobblestone and a piece of diorite, putting it into the mechanical crafter, and we're getting andesite, which is really good. The only thing that I have seen break is this guy. Mechanical hand number 4, because we've got one over there with the lava. When we run out of diorite, he ends up putting 2 cobblestones in this crafter, and of course 2 cobblestones don't make anything, so they'll just pop out of the machine, and before you know it, we've got a big puddle of cobblestone lying around the place, which isn't very good. We need to keep an eye on the andesite. Now, I've put all the andesite from my storage system into that box, or into the barrel, and hopefully that will keep it going, because it all does depend on how fast the soul sand can get turned into the quartz. So it's all waiting on this little section of the machine. And I think I've counted it takes about 8 or 9 seconds, or 8 or 9 pulses of the steam engine to turn a piece of soul sand into a piece of quartz. So we've got to keep that in mind. And in here we're also getting gold nuggets, so I've changed the filter on this brass funnel to accept quartz or the gold nuggets. So that's good, we're getting gold as well. So the machine is at the point where we're getting quite a few different resources. The main one that I was after was the brick. And as you can see, that's a slow process. We're going to be here for a while getting brick. I'm going to have a lot of glass to put away, but we've only got the 47 pieces of brick, so that's going to be a long time coming. So the bakery is going to be stalled again while this machine makes all the brick. What I was looking at now was how to get that glass into my drawers, and maybe even the flint. So we've got the drawer trim coming along here. I'm just wondering if we extend it along and have it access that barrel somehow. So I've just made another drawer controller IO, and I was thinking of having it going down underneath everything and then coming up over here and connecting into that system and putting the glass and the brick and possibly even the flint into my drawers. So, I mean, I already do have a lot of glass. I bought glass from, was it the librarians sell glass when I was getting them up to master level? So we've got glass already, but we will be using quite a bit of glass, I'm guessing. And there's my flint. So I've only got 42 flint and brick. I don't think I've got a drawer for the bricks yet, but we could find one. And that will make it easier to access, and I don't have to worry about that barrel filling up with glass, because if something fills up, it can make the whole machine come to a grinding halt. Did I see a cat running through here? That's all we need, a cat to get caught in the system. I'm hoping the cat won't find its way into the grinding wheels, because if the cat dies there, it'll put string into the system, and that will cause a big blockage, and before you know it, mechanical arm number 4 will be spewing out cobblestone everywhere. But I think we might leave it there for the episode. Lots and lots of busy work being done this episode, making a big machine that makes andesite plus other stuff. So the glass and the brick. Remember, the brick is what started this whole project. We need brick to make the bakery. So we might get to make the bakery in a couple of episodes. But we'll leave it there. If you enjoyed the episode, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'm No Spring Chicken. This is Urban Sprawl Modded. And I will see you next time. Bye.